Good afternoon, friends. My name is Elizabeth Koshy, and I am the CEO and founder of a natural clean brand called Empress Naturals. We are a USDA certified vegan cruelty-free brand, and we have an anti-aging face serum to be used in the morning and another Lux Night Elixir to be used in the night. Today, we have with us a wonderful entrepreneur, and her name is Rhonda Daniels. Rhonda Daniels is the CEO, co-founder of Natural Radiant Life. Natural Radiant Life is a clean skincare brand, and she's based out of Chicago, beautiful city. And we are very, very happy to have Rhonda join us, and our viewers will get an insight into her wonderful clean brand. Rhonda, welcome to the show. So,
Thank you.
if you can introduce yourself in about a minute as to what's your background and why you launched this skincare brand called Natural Radiant Life.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. I always love to talk about the company. So I am a native of Chicago. I've spent years in corporate and stumbled into skincare. And when I found it, I discovered that it was something that I absolutely loved learning about, loved trying all different kinds of skincare. And so 2 years ago, I had an amazing opportunity in the midst of the pandemic, no less, to launch Natural Radiant Life with two of my dearest friends. And it really was very serendipitous because none of us were working corporate jobs. We've all been corporate execs at some point in our career. And when this opportunity presented itself, it became one of those things where you ask yourself, if not now, then when? And, why not take the leap of faith? And so we did. And started working on Natural Radiant Life in April of 2020. And we launched officially September 21st of 2020. So coming up on our 2-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Rhonda, this whole interview is more to inspire our young women and women who would like to be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And you become an entrepreneur. And I know the journey is not easy.
No.
Can you describe yourself in 3 words before you started New Radiant Life, and after having started New Radiant Life, describe yourself in 3 words? Has anything changed?
Okay, so prior to Natural Radiant Life, I was always a bit of a risk taker. I was never very settled for long. If I saw a new opportunity or a new adventure, I was known to go take advantage of it. I would say that didn't change. So risk taker, certainly ambitious, and this doesn't really have anything to do with the business, but I am definitely have wanderlust. I love to travel. So the beauty of being an entrepreneur is that there's some flexibility in doing that. After beginning this journey with Natural Radiant Life, one of the things that I've learned about myself is that I am very industrious. When you're an entrepreneur and there's not buckets of money, there are things that have to be done, and you either have to pay somebody to do it or you have to learn how to do it. And so over this last 2 years, I've learned and picked up skills that I didn't even think I would need to do. But I have a love of learning anyway, but certainly have had to become much more industrious over the these last 2 years. So that would be one that I definitely would say I was probably not before starting the business as I am now.
Tell us what really ignited you to start Natural Radiant Life, and what excited you about the natural clean beauty space?
So what ignited me to start it really was an amazing opportunity that sometimes there are things that happen in life that really you can't explain. I mean, you can attempt to, but the way things line up from my belief system was that it was really divine. And so when this opportunity came around, because I had been in a business years ago and had been an entrepreneur before, and that had come to an end. And I always wanted and was constantly looking for the opportunity to become an entrepreneur again. And I think in some ways, maybe I kind of given up that thinking that it would happen. And so when this opportunity presented itself, it felt like the answer to a prayer. And so that's really what ignited me to do it. Um, the second part is why clean beauty. I've worked for some very large brands,
Mhm.
and they had good products, but products that were very chemical laden.
Yes.
And because I was internal to the company, I did know about reactions and things that people had had to some of these products. And I know that there's a way to achieve anti-aging and maintaining our youth without having to harm our skin. And so this marriage, if you will, between our myself and my co-founders and our product manufacturer was really one that was made in heaven, because he is a clean vegan manufacturer. So it worked out that way, because that was something we wanted to do, and it just happened that that's what he does.
Great. What does sustainability mean to you, and why? And why does why does a brand like yours uh, plan to stay clean and is a clean brand?
I think sustainability has a lot of different meanings to different people, but for us, one of the things that we want to be able to do to be a good steward of the earth, for one thing, is we look at sustainability in a couple of ways. One is packaging, and so as we're growing as a company, we're looking at ways to make sure that our packaging is earth friendly. I know a lot of people are talking now about plastic negative. And so it is on our roadmap to begin to transition our bottles and move into other sustainable packaging. But the other thing that I'm always excited about from a clean beauty perspective is the fact that the process to make these products is also earth friendly, because we're not polluting water systems with the runoff of toxins that are being used when a lot of traditional skin and beauty care products are being made. So I'm very proud of that, that our products are not contributing to wastewater and things like that that have harmful chemicals in them. And that's another form of sustainability for us.
Great. Rhonda, since we are expecting more of a women to be watching this program, this video, what's one piece of advice that you'd like to give to entrepreneurs who are just out there starting off? I mean, as entrepreneurs, we've gone through our own journey,
Yeah.
and as sisters who want to support women, what is one good piece of advice that you'd like to give to new entrepreneurs?
Uh, One thing I will say is, have a support system. It's so important. This is not an easy journey. There will be days that will try you and make you ask yourself if you're sure you really want to do this. And it's important to have a sounding board and someone to talk to and talk you through those days. I have a friend, and when I call her some days, I say, listen, I need you to talk me off the cliff. Like I'm on the edge and I need you to talk me off the cliff. And she's always somebody that can hear me and get me back to a place of believing in myself, because sometimes when you're in this business you get knocked down, and it's not just one knockdown, it's a week's worth of knockdown, or it's a something that's huge that you wanted to come to fruition and it didn't. And so having a support system is so important. That's one thing. The other thing that I would say is it's also important to have time for yourself and to not feel bad about that. I mean, you as an entrepreneur, we can work all day and all night. I mean, I have all the apps that are on my phone. I mean, that are on my computer. I pretty much have on my phone. So I could literally be at work all the time. But I carve out time for myself. I put it on my calendar so that I make sure that it gets done. There's a statement: what gets measured gets done. And so it's important to me to have time where I'm able to just decompress. I'm not talking about work or products or whatever, because that fuels me to be able to get up the next day and do the things that I need to do. So those would be two very key things. And if I could throw in one more, um, make sure you have some organization system. You'll drive yourself crazy if you don't have a way to organize your work, whether it's, whatever you use. You can pick a platform, but sticky notes and all of that all over the place is not a good system. And you will lose your sanity trying to keep track of things. So find some sort of system that works for you where you can keep things organized.
So
Even if
what do you use?
I use Trello. I really like Trello. My partners don't love it, so we use Microsoft Teams, has something that we all use. But I use Trello, and I can keep categories of all the various things that I'm responsible for are all on one board where I can see it at one time. I can check it off. I can keep notes, and it's my way of staying sane. I like systems.
Great. Thank you so much for this wonderful time and wishing you all the very best.